We are so happy and so pleased to present once again at Tales from the Tavern our dear friend Dave Stamey.
My peeps. I said goodbye to my mother, to my father, and all the other friends I knew. I headed west to seek my fortune, chase the foolish dream that has no end. And I climbed the far blue mountains, higher than any tree could grow. I never found the gold or silver. All I did was stumble down the other side to a land so burnt and twisted, to a country as barren as the moon. I hope to find the El Dorado. All I found were these hollow winds that blow, all these desert winds. In a saloon on the Mojave, where they nailed coyote pelts above the door, my tumbled broken dreams found me underneath the greasy lantern's glow, where men with eyes so red and haunted, eyes that burned from the corners of the room, wait and watch the desperate hunger, weighing every chance, every move. There are no roads, there are no borders, no outpost of heaven or of hell. God left here for a better country, and the devils dance in canyons far below. In these desert winds, I have fallen off the edge of the world, and no one here will ever speak my name. I have fallen off the edge of the world, and the air is like a furnace. The blood runs through my fingers and mingles with the dust blown by the desert winds. In an unforgiving canyon where the hills broke against a blazing sky of gold, at last it found me. The nuggets burned like embers in my hand. But when gold buys the whiskey, it leaves a scent upon the breeze. And like hounds, they tracked and found me, and their rifle shot whipped my dreams away. You know that dead men tell no stories, and as devils dance in the canyons far below, and my blood streaks the rocks. I stumble on, I hear them close behind. In these desert winds, I have fallen off the edge of the world, and no one here will ever speak my name. I have fallen off the edge of the world, and the air is like a furnace. The blood runs through my fingers and mingles with the dust blown by the desert winds. If I were smoke from a lantern, if I could rise so weightless in the air, I would climb the far blue mountains and like my dreams be carried far away on these desert winds. I have fallen off the edge of the world, and no one here will to speak my name. I have fallen off the edge of the world, and the air is like a furnace. The blood runs through my fingers and mingles with the dust blown by the desert winds. Oh. Thank you very, very much. In 1977, God, this place was not attached to that place, and I worked in here with a band in 1977, and I felt an ashtray, a glass ashtray, flash by my head several times one evening. Big fat guy sitting right back there. He's still back there. We don't have glass ashtrays anymore, thank goodness. Do we have any English majors here? One, that's interesting. I don't really attract that many English majors to my shows. We got some in the back. Good. I'm dedicating this song to you folks, you English major folks. I was an English major for a while, and then I realized I had to go to class. No, that dog don't hunt, no. I'm very proud of this song because this is the only cowboy song in existence that uses the word exemplified. And properly, too. I'm very proud. And it's not right away, you gotta wait for it, hang on. Mojave moon, you're peeking through the stars tonight. I'm begging you, come on and shine your light. My baby's leaving on the morning train. If we don't hurry, she won't be back again. Mojave moon, shine down on the Joshua trees. Send your moonbeams down on the desert breeze. Touch her heart and she might change her tune. Do it soon. Come to Mojave moon. She always said romance was exemplified. My big old moon up there in the desert sky. Now she's singing a goodbye song. It's up to you to show her that she's wrong. Mojave moon, I've done all I know to do. From now on, it's all up to you. Touch her heart and she might change her tune. Do it soon. Come to Mojave moon. Adi-o-lo, adi-o-lo, dear. Adi-o-lo, adi-o-lo, dear. My baby's leaving on the morning train. If we don't hurry, she won't be back again. Mojave moon, shine down on those old Joshua trees. Send your moonbeams down on the desert breeze. If you touch her heart, then she might change her tune. Do it soon. Come to Mojave moon. I'm counting on you. Come to Mojave moon.
Did you know your set tonight?
Oh yeah, I take a lot of time preparing.
And tell us how you plan that out, or what you're...
It depends on if I'm going to a place where nobody knows me, or then I use my strong stuff. I have my strong set that I use. And then there's the places where it's like, oh my God, everybody knows all the stuff. What am I going to play for these people, And so that's when you drag out the new stuff.
And how much of a pressure or influence is that on you, that you feel like you need to play different things to people?
Pretty strong.
Yeah.
Very strong, yeah. Yeah, it's you don't want to phone it in. You want every show to be as genuine and have the right energy as they can. I mean, it's important. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Four years ago, we moved to the furthest northeastern corner of Tulare County, just in time for the wettest December on record. I mean, it rained and it rained and it just didn't quit raining. It rained, it was like a cow on a flat rock. It was terrible. You don't understand that joke? Turn to the guy with the cowboy hat next to you, he'll tell you, he'll explain it to you. And then it quit raining, and it didn't rain again for 3 years. Quite frankly, the neighbors have started looking at us. I'm afraid they're going to show up at the front gate with pitchforks and torches. Everything was great till you showed up. That's the one thing about this country, is it's always a constant, and sooner or later it's going to drought on you. This is a song I wrote while working in this valley during a previous drought. I think I saw a cloud yesterday, hung around a minute, and it just blew away. It's another identical dusty day. Only thing not telling a lie is the wind. I don't believe it's ever gonna rain again. All signs fell in a dry spell. Don't look to the sky, it's got nothing to tell. There are cracks in the ground that run straight to hell. Maybe we're paying for our sins. I don't believe it's ever gonna rain again. On dry rocks where the water used to flow, remember how fast it ran and how high it rolled. Now that creek bed is empty as a dead man's clothes, waiting for the wake to begin. Old gambler Crow sitting on a fence line, looking at me like he could read my mind. He says, this country's gonna pick you clean every time and leave you twisting in the wind. I don't believe it's ever gonna rain again. On dry rocks where the water used to flow, remember how fast it ran and how high it rolled. Now that creek bed is empty as a dead man's clothes, waiting for the wake to begin. I think I saw a cloud yesterday, hung around a minute and it just blew away. It's another identical dusty day. Only thing not telling a lie is the wind. I don't believe it's ever gonna rain again. We're all twisting in the wind. I don't believe it's ever gonna rain again. So, lots of cowboy hats here tonight. You guys are looking good, decked out in your finest Western regalia. Being a cowboy is really, that's the only occupation that I know of where people want to dress up like you. Nobody came here dressed like a doctor. But there's, you know, there's doctors here that I think that are dressed up like cowboys, and probably real estate people. Probably they're all dressed up like cowboys. Even attorneys, there might be some attorneys here. I don't know you. It's hard to get an attorney to come into a corral, though. We had one that came in one time and he stepped into some manure and it scared him to death. Thought he was melting. I realize that there's probably some attorneys here, and you might be a little offended by that, but get over it. But no, it's that idea that we have about, you know, about cowboys. It's the whole concept. It's like, you know, golly, if I could just be a cowboy, then I could be free. No, you'd be broke. There's a difference. Difference. Now, if I had a horse, a big, white, flashy horse, I wouldn't be the kind of guy that I appear to be. 'Cause I'd be different, I'd be better, a hero riding down to the letter, and all them pretty women, they'd be after me. 'Cause I'd be Tom Mix, be the Lone Ranger, I'd be John Wayne, the tall dark stranger. I could ride into danger, 'cause I'd be brave, of course. People would look up to me, 'cause I'd be something that they could aspire to be, and this would all be possible if I just had a horse. And if I had a hat, a 10-gallon Stetson hat, I'd look so sharp all my friends, they'd be amazed. 'Cause I could tip it to the ladies, and my nose would always be shady, and underneath the brim I'd have a Gary Cooper gaze. Yup, and I'd be Tom Mix, be the Lone Ranger, I'd be Lash LaRue, the tall dark stranger. I could save any widow's ranch in about 8 seconds flat. People would look up to me, 'cause I'd be something that they could aspire to be, and this would all be possible if I just had a hat. Well, you know, clothes and trappings, they don't make a man. I know that's the way it's always gonna be. But day can bring out the hero inside. But if that's good enough for me, if I had some boots, they go so well with my buckskin suit, and I could walk into places I never ever dared to go. With my firm and manly stride, mean guys would just step aside, and I'd be admired by folk I don't even know. And I'd be Gene Autry, I'd be Roy Rogers, I'd have me a sidekick who's an old codger. What was your name? I could chase down the robbers and I could recover the loot. People would look up to me, 'cause I'd be something that they could aspire to be, and this would all be possible if I just had some boots. 'Cause I'd be Tom Mix, I'd be the Lone Ranger, I'd be John Wayne, the tall dark stranger. I could ride into danger, 'cause I'd be brave, of course. And people would look up to me, 'cause I'd be something that they could aspire to be, and this would all be possible if I just had a horse. This would all be possible if I just had a horse. Thank you.
Are you writing all the time?
All the time, yeah.
Even when you're on the road?
Especially when I'm on the road.
Especially.
Especially if I'm rolling down the road by myself, I'm writing a lot, because I do a lot of it in the car.
Well, I actually had a request, and I haven't done this song since the first time I played. Well, I've done it since then, but I mean, this is, at this particular concert series, I haven't done it since the first time I played at Tales from the Tavern. And I did it then for the same reason that I'm doing it now. It's a requirement. I got into this because I didn't like rules. I said, well, I'll be a cowboy singer. There's no rules. I can do whatever I want. There's rules. It's a fun life doing what I do, but hard to get a car loan. But one of the requirements is you have to know how to do this particular song. And I really don't get it, because there's no cowboys in this song. There's no horses in it, no cows. There's not even a dog in this song. But it is a requirement, and I am required to do it. I really hate this song. Up on the mountain, so happy and free, there lives a maiden, she's waiting for me. Up on the lake we will drift with the tide. It's really a stupid line. Hear those chime bells ring. Chime bells are ringing. Yodel-o-yodel-o-dee. A mockingbird singing. Yodel-o-yodel-o-dee. Sleep, my little lovebird. Yodel-o-yodel-o-dee. All on a summer's eve. I really don't get it. I keep thinking about like a guy from West Texas riding around in all that mesquite, and he wants to be a cowboy singer, and they tell him, well, Slim, you're going to have to learn how to do this song. What point of reference could he possibly have? No. Moonbeams were shining as I kissed her there. That's how they sing in West Texas. And night birds were singing, perfume filled the air. Each little star just twinkled with glee as heaven shined on me. Chime bells are ringing, yodel-oo-yodel-oo-dee. A mockingbird singing, honey-yodel-yodel-oo-dee. Sleep, my little bird, yodel-yodel-oo-dee, all on a summer's eve. Hang with me, it gets really weird right here. Oh, great. A whole room full of yodeling aficionados. Face it, if your kid was doing that in a car, you'd make them stop it. All right, we'll kick it into high gear here. We'll do the famous galloping yodel. Very intricate, difficult, quite often dangerous yodel. Last attempted by that famous local daredevil from Lombok, Evil Cordoza. Evil Cordoza, he attempted to do this yodel at the same time, jump over 10 Holstein cows with a John Deere tractor. Here we go with the Evil Cordoza Memorial Yodel. There we did it. And the crowd goes wild. Why shouldn't you go wild? That's some of the best yodeling you're going to hear in this price range. We're working in the studio well, not right now, I'm here, but we've been working in the studio since December, and we have a new project that's going to come out hopefully this summer sometime, and 14 brand new songs, and I'm pretty tickled with a lot of them, but you haven't heard any yet. Hang on. I'm going to do one now. Like I was talking, like that last one was a requirement. There's also another requirement, and you have to have at least one broken down rodeo cowboy song. And I know a lot of those guys. Some of them are here. Yeah, and I hadn't written one, and I've had a little experience in that world. Probably the dumbest thing I could tell you about my life is at one point in time I actually rode bulls. I didn't want to, but it was a requirement. And I realize that, rodeo, of course, is a celebration of the ranching culture and heritage and tradition, and I understand that, but nobody ever went out to go check fence riding his trusty bull. Now, so I hadn't written the rodeo song yet, and I found myself in the garden spot of Blythe, California. Blythe, that's one of those towns where you never really mean to go there. You don't, but but you're really glad when it shows up, aren't you? I mean, it's just, God, I've got to stop so bad. Oh, God, it's Blythe, thank God. And we were staying at the Best Western or the Days Inn or whatever it was. It was a fairly okay motel, but across the little frontage road was one of those other motels. And you've seen them. They're kind of where the pieces of stucco are falling off the walls and there's tiles missing from the roof. And even the little palm trees outside, they look tired, like they want to just lie down. And it was called the Blue Light Motel. And I thought, wow, I bet there's a story there. But I was too scared to go over and find out what it was. So I just made it up. At the Blue Light Motel, just off the highway, Vegas is a long way from here. And he listens while the wind rattles the palm trees, and his dinner is crackers and beer. There was a girl for a while, been a while since he's seen her. She vanished one night without a trace. And all the bad horses in every two-bit arena have thrown him all the way to this place. His rigging's dried out, and this bad whiskey dream's not the story he wanted to tell. But the buzzer has rung, and he's down in the dust here at the Blue Light Motel. He had friends who made it all the way to the bright lights. He cheered them and he drank to their health. But now he cuts the grass and he cleans out the drains here at the Blue Light Motel. His rigging's dried out, and this bad whiskey dream's not the story he wanted to tell. But the buzzer has rung, and he's been bucked off here at the Blue Light Motel. Yeah, the buzzer has rung, and he's down in the dust here at the Blue Light Motel. Thanks.
I think that was the most relaxed set I've seen you deliver.
A lot of that does come from the audience, That if they're relaxed and happy, then you're relaxed and happy, and you don't have that. You don't get any. They're not anxious. You're not anxious.
Uh-huh.
And it was a very, very relaxed, happy, ready to receive crowd. So it was a pleasure to play for them.
Well, I want to thank you guys again very, very much for coming out tonight, but I really, really want to thank you for staying. That's the litmus test. Tuning, I tune because I care. I used to have a different way of dealing with tuning. I just played the same chord over and over again until I got used to it. This is a song I wrote for the girls. See? No fool. Come ride with me. It's time to saddle up and ride away. There's so much to see. Don't worry, I know the trails, I know the way. I caught a gentle horse, his eyes are big and brown. He's ready to carry you the whole world around. Come ride with me, let's ride away. Come take a chance, I'll show you where the mountains touch the sky. It's a horseback dance, we can ride forever if we try. A dream in the distance, it's a fear to chase. Out in the sunrise with the wind on your face. Come ride with me, let's ride away. The smell of the leather, the sunlight on your skin, got us aching to begin. The rumble of hoofbeats much stronger than wine. The dust in your hair, all the light in your eyes. Come ride with me, we'll run the hills and watch the eagle soar. It's where you want to be. Tell me just what you're waiting for. We'll camp near the meadow and love the night away, and saddle up again when the dawn is turning gray. Come ride with me, let's ride away. The smell of the leather, the sunlight on your skin, got us aching to begin. The rumble of hoofbeats much stronger than wine. The dust in your hair, all the light in your eyes. Come ride with me, we'll run the hills and watch the eagle soar. It's where you need to be. Tell me just what you're waiting for. We'll camp near the meadow and we'll love the night away, and saddle up again when the dawn is turning gray. Come ride with me, let's ride away. Come ride with me. Hey, come ride with me. Hey, come ride with me.
just go to a new area and you try and open it up, and you go back every year and try to open it up a little bit wider, and you just try to make the circles a little bigger so that you have more circles to make, and you can continue doing it, and you spread it out to more people, and yeah, it's just a way to keep going. I think it's to share this stuff as much as you can.
I mean, have you been able to like say, okay, I was here, and now I'm there, and oh, did I mean to go from here to there?
You mean,
or,
as far as where the career is? you
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, we meant to go from here to there, but it goes places where you don't expect it. Like we just got contacted by a symphony orchestra in Iowa, who we think wants to do charts and everything, have me come out and perform with the symphony orchestra. So,
Wow.
So it's like, how does that happen?
And so, how do you think of that?
Oh, I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
I think that would be just a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you hear from people in like Japan. I had an email from some, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. How do you know with
Exactly.
Japanese names? It's somebody. And whoever it was said that they listen to this music going to work every morning in Tokyo.
And what does that make you feel or think?
That makes me go, really? How did it get over there?
Yeah.
Thank you, culture lovers. About three years ago, I guess it was, I had to go up to Twin Bridges, Montana, and do a show for an agricultural appreciation banquet for the Ruby Valley Chamber of Commerce. So I asked my dad if he wanted to go with me. He said, yeah, I guess so. I said, you can sell CDs, Dad. He hadn't been in that country in 40 years. So we went up there and did the show. He did sell the CDs. Pretty good job. He didn't fold the money right, though. The next day we got in the car and we drove 4 hours east to Yellowstone County and the old home place. I still think of it that way, with capitalized, the old home place. Now, when I was growing up, out there we were on a gravel section line road. Really wasn't hardly anything out there, just our little hay and cattle operation we had, and there was a bunch of feed corn fields around us where they were growing corn for the feed lots, but that was about it. When we got up there, and of course the place really wasn't there anymore. The house was there, but everything else had been broken up into 10 and 20 acre ranchettes. A word I never thought I'd hear in eastern Montana, ranchette. There are some things you don't think you're ever going to hear in Montana, and things like, nah, duct tape won't fix that. Or, nah, honey, we don't need another dog. One thing you will never hear in eastern Montana, and that's, come quick, dear Streisand singing on PBS. And damned if they hadn't paved the road. They'd paved the road and put up a street sign just like it was in town. 12-mile road. I didn't know it was 12 miles long. I guess that's what happened if you live long enough. They pave the road. In my line of work, there's a lot of songs about riding for the big outfits, these big ranches where you can ride for 2 and 3 days, never see a fence, and that's a wonderful tradition, and it's something that needs to be sung about. I understand that, but you don't hear a lot about the small ranchers. the guys who are out there hanging on by the skin of their teeth, you know, just hanging on with pure obstinance and stubbornness. That's the tradition that I come from. My dad is here tonight. Where are you, Buck? Okay. There's an old gravel road following the section line out where lives are held together with sweat and baling twine. Where you rattle your bones on a tractor over 30 years old. There's a mortgage and kids to be fed out on 12 Mile Road. Just a stretch of country, the wind comes blowing through. The homesteaders starved out and blew away. There's nobody out here but you. You know one day it's gonna turn around. Lord, it turns so slow. And it ain't rained since April out on 12 Mile Road. Out on 12 Mile Road, Lord, it turns so slow, hanging on to a ragged dream out on 12 Mile Road. You raise some hay, a few head of calves, you swing a hammer in town. You do everything you can by God do to keep your feet on the ground. 'Cause if a man works hard enough, he can turn that straw into gold. Or ain't that the way it's supposed to be out on 12 Mile Road? Out on 12 Mile Road, Lord, it turns so slow, hanging on to a ragged dream out on 12 Mile Road. You hope for the day when the air is clean, when the fences all run true. All of your worries have vanished like smoke. All the hard times are through. Then you'll look down from the top of a hill your dreams will be there to hold. Man, ain't that the way it's supposed to be out on 12 Mile Road? Out on 12 Mile Road, Lord, it turns so slow, hanging on to a ragged dream out on 12 Mile Road. Out on 12 Mile Road, Lord, it turns so slow, and it ain't rained since April out on 12 Mile Road. Thanks very much. I'll play you a new one here off the new project. As I mentioned, I travel around quite a bit, and I go through a lot of small, little bitty western towns. And one thing I've noticed is that there's always it could be just a little bitty town. It could be like one little trailer park and a store, or 3 trailers in a store. And there's always going to be 2 things in these towns. One's going to be a beauty parlor. They always have one. And the other thing is going to be there's going to be a guy working on cars. Every single little town they have this.
And I have no point of reference whatsoever to write about a beauty parlor. Now like I say, we live in the furthest northeastern corner of Tulare County. We are 23 miles from the nearest freeway. I'm very happy about that. I had nothing to do with it, but I'm very happy about it. And the little town where we get our mail has a beauty parlor, and it has this place. Even Santa Ynez has a place like that. I remember when it was called John Chevron. I've been pulling wrenches 18 years, one block south of Maine. I got snap-on tools, an engine hoist, my days are all the same. In an old 10-sided building, a lease from year to year. In the summertime, sure gets hot in here. I got a back lot full of rusty big blocks guys still ask me about. Chain link fence with razor wire to keep the taggers out. There's a swimsuit girl on a calendar holding a piston rod. At the Orange Cove, auto repairing small. There's grease in the creases of my skin. Sometimes I want to pack it all in. I'm ASC certified and I work just like a dog. At the Orange Cove, auto repair and small. Here in the valley of the San Joaquin, there's always a kind of haze. The winter sky is gray and cold, you don't see the sun for days. Field workers bring me rolling wrecks that once were automobiles. I patch them up, they drive back to the fields. My son used to work here with me, that was a while ago. Now he hangs around the liquor store, he wears his pants too low. There's a Mexican kid who helps me now in this damned old two-leaf fall. At the Orange Cove, auto repair and small. There's grease in the creases of my skin. Sometimes I want to pack it all in. I'm ASC certified and I work just like a dog. At the Orange Cove, auto repair and small. My wife moved to Fresno. She got a sister lives up there. She took the car and the checkbook, and I'm trying hard not to care. Now I'm changing an oil pan gasket on a 1980 Dodge. At the Orange Cove, auto repair and small. There is grease in the creases of my skin. Sometimes I want to pack it all in. I'm ASC certified and I work just like a dog. At the Orange Cove, auto repair and smog. At the Orange Cove, auto repair and smog.
Thanks.
You did a few things tonight that I thought were so unique in the sense that they were original. And for instance, that guy who fixes cars.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been in that guy's shop. We've all seen that calendar on his wall, and I've never heard that song before. I mean, not that song, but that song, right?
You never heard that? Nobody sings about that guy.
Yeah.
Well, there's, that's part of the stories of the West. Well, every once in a while you find one of those jewels,
So, do you know when you find those jewels?
After I've written them, yeah. I don't know while I'm writing them if they're going to be any good or not. And then after I've written it and it hangs around for a week or two, then I go, okay.
And what does it tell you?
It just rings true. Just rings true. Every bit of it is true. It's like there's no false note to it. That's me, the height of fashion. It's another commercial hit, I'm sure. When I first started doing this, 20 years ago, this is my 20th anniversary of being a cowboy singer. Yeah. Who knew you could even do this? I didn't. My job is to wander all around and show the people everywhere the West and all the different ways that there is a West. My job didn't exist until I invented it, but that's what I do. But when I started, I hadn't written that many songs. I had to do the stuff that was already out there, and some of those songs I didn't really get. I didn't understand them because they all talked about this magical ranch somewhere. And you never had to really do any work on this ranch. All you ever had to do was ride across it with your sweetheart. And the grass was always green, and the sky was always blue, and all of the horses wanted to be your friend. These songs are not written by cowboys. Songs are written by little bald-headed men in New York with pianos. So one of the first songs that I recorded was in response to those little Tin Pan Alley songs, and I think it's a more accurate portrayal of the cowboy and his lot in life. And incidentally, 3 years ago, this song was actually the introductory music for the starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. I have no idea why. No idea why. Incidentally, maybe you didn't hear it. The Washington Redskins, you heard it, right? They caved, they're going to change the name. I heard that today, yeah. Yeah, because it was negative, it was derogatory and insulting and all that other stuff. So what they decided they were going to do, they're going to drop the Washington and just be the Redskins. I've hit a nerve. Sleep in a bedroll of canvas, no seams feed on your ears. Wind blows the dust just like buckshot, and I ain't never seen it rain much out here. Smell your own sweat in the evening. I wash up at the galvanized tank. Nearest town's 40 miles. The cook here, he don't smile, and all these young horses are rank. But come a tie on the back of my caballo, I whoop it, tie one on when I can. My spurs, they don't ring much. I never did sing much, but I'm a sure now buckaroo man. Cold fingers stiff in the morning, and by noon it's 103.
5-year-old slicks in the canyon, and never a hint of a breeze. Jug-headed, hollow-back ponies provide all with hours of grief. And there's snakes in the shade, there is joy on the grade, and a half a ton of grit between my teeth. But come a tie-yi-yi-yi-yi-yo on the back of my caballo, I'll whoop it Taiwan on when I can. Now my spurs, they don't ring much, I never did sing much, but I'm a sure now buckaroo man. I said, come and tie-yi-yi-yi-yi-yo on the back of my caballo, I'll whoop it Taiwan on when I can. My spurs, they don't ring much, I never did sing much, but I'm a sure enough buckaroo man. A buckaroo man. Thank you much. So let's do a romantic song. And by golly, if you've been waiting for the romantic part of the show, this is going to be it. It's really a misnomer because cowboys are not really known for being that romantic. Some things go together, you know, like scotch and soda and shoes and socks and stuff, and one of the things that really go together is cowboys and ex-wives. And some of you girls may find cowboys romantic, but that lasts only about 10 minutes, huh? Because you get to thinking eventually, you know, it's like, wow, if I was dating like a real person, I could live in a house instead of a teepee. Well, the truth of the matter is, the difference between like cowboys and like a U.S. savings bond, for instance, is you can expect the savings bond at some point mature and earn money. But guys, let me tell you, if you are here with your significant other, and if you need to make points, if you need to make, which begs a question, doesn't it? If a man is in the forest and he says something and there's no woman there to hear him, is he still wrong? So guys, if you're here and you do need to make points, this is the song that you can do it with. You can take her by the little hand, and you can lead her over here to one of these open areas or over there back by the door here, and you can waltz with her. Oh, and all the girls, every time I say it, all the girls kind of go, oh. All the guys kind of go. Had a cow at the edge of a meadow where the water runs glassy and clean. The horses are turned out and grazing. They're on the grass, so tall and so green, and the moon rises over the ridge line and the sky is a blanket of stars, and the campfire crackles in three-quarter time as you slip into my arms, and we dance to the campfire waltz, and the night breezes sing out your name, and we turn and we sway, and the cares of the day drift away like the sparks from a flame. Out here where the wild things are, the melody rises and falls on a pine needle dance floor. With you in my arms, we dance to the campfire waltz. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is one of the few rooms I've ever played where none of the men had to make points. Santa Ynez, home of the happy marriage. Who knew? Yeah, nobody's getting lucky tonight. Ah, the music of the mountains surround us, the wind like an old violin, the trees seem to gather around us to watch as we sway and circle and spin, and I wish we could dance here forever, but the world waits for us far below. Yet I will always remember the shine of your hair in the firelight's glow as we dance to the campfire waltz, and the night breezes sing out your name, and we turn and we sway, and the cares of the day drift away like the sparks from a flame. Out here where the wild things are, the melody rises and falls on a pine needle dance floor. With you in my arms, we dance to the campfire waltz on a pine needle dance floor. With you in my arms, we dance to the campfire waltz.
I was wondering that when you were singing Campfire Waltz. I mean, you know it's a special song. Right?
Well, that one was a little special, yeah.
You knew that.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that when you wrote it, right? And then when you sing it, you know the women melt.
Well, I don't know if they melt, but they do get.
I mean,
kinda,
not
they
like
do get
they're
little.
cow shit
They
or
do
anything,
little.
but-
They do get a little gushy sometimes. Yeah. And that was the intention. But I wanted to make my wife go. Oh.
Yeah.
That was it. That was my only intention. So. Yeah, but you got to write about 40 really shitty ones until you get that. Until you get those good ones.
Well, I want to thank you guys very, very much for coming out. And as I said before, I know that competition these days for your attention is pretty stiff. And I mean, Netflix. Need I say more? You could be home watching NCIS reruns and drinking Mai Tais. But no, you decided you were going to come out and listen to live music, and I do not take that lightly. Thank you very, very, very much. And I have to say something about our hosts. For 13 years, Carol Ann and Mr. Cologne have been champions of acoustic music in this little valley, and there's many, many, many of us who are very, very grateful for that. Thank you very much for what you do, and keep doing it. We love you. You should be sainted, as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely. I'm going to leave you with this. This is a brand new one. The ink is still kind of wet on this one. Apparently, you're supposed to also have a train song. Who knew? I didn't have one. Somebody told me, you got to have a train song. Well, shit. Okay. So I started fishing around for a train song, and I for years, and I never got one written. And then one day last spring, I was driving up by Chico, and this thing started coming to me, and I said, whoop, I better pull over and write this down. So I did. I'll leave this with you. This is supposed to sound like a train. Anybody make a train whistle sound? Apparently not, I guess. Thank you so much for coming out and spending your evening with me. I sure do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go down that raging river. You must travel when it's dark. Half an hour before moonrise, you'll hear a meadowlark. 10 miles west of the county line, when you hear that cock crow 7 times, look around and you'll find you are there, you are there. Steel rails running through the timber, weeds growing up through the ties. If you're there on a night in December, you better find a place to hide. For there is a story that is told, those rails will hum in the cold. And 100 years since she rolled, she is there, she is there. There is nothing in this canyon where once a trestle stood high, a broken silhouette in the moonlight. You can almost see it if you try, and hear that roaring sound, and feel that rumble in the ground. As the flood waters take that trestle down, take it down, take it down. And once again old 83's rolling, black smoke blowing across the sky. Once again the bell is tolling, once again the steam whistle cries. Oh, hear the scream of the driver, hear it echo through the trees, rolling towards hell at 90 miles an hour. The ghost of old 83. And now, just beyond the distance, the sound of an engine coming through. You can see the headlight shining, but don't let it shine on you. Hear the passengers cry, and the fireman's the devil in disguise. And the engineer stares with hollow eyes as she flies, as she flies. Every car is on fire, and they glow with an unearthly light. Dead faces stare out the windows as they take again their final ride. The conductor is nothing but bones, and he swings his lantern all alone, and the whole train shakes with the moans of the doom, of the doom. And once again old 83 is rolling, black smoke blowing across the sky. Once again the bell is tolling, oh, once again the steam whistle cries. Oh, hear the scream of the drivers, hear it echo through the trees, rolling towards hell at 90 miles an hour. The ghost of old 83. It howls and rattles on by, and then like that she is gone. But the air continues to tremble until the first light of dawn, and the night might be bitterly cold, but those rails continue to glow for the souls who never came home, never came home. They say when the water subsided, not a trace could be found, just scars on the rocks in the hillside where old 83 went down. But on certain nights in December, there are old men who claim to remember seeing the smoke and the embers again, again. And once again old 83 is rolling, black smoke blowing across the sky. Once again the bell is tolling, once again the steam whistle cries. Oh, hear the scream of the drivers, hear it echo through the trees, rolling towards hell at 90 miles an hour. The ghost of old 83, rolling towards hell at 90 miles an hour. The ghost of old 83. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Thank you very much.
I mean, tonight was it just had a quality about it. I can't tell you, a person so in control of their expressions. I want to say that as a way of acknowledging the work you've put into it.
Thanks.
Because it's coming to us. We're seeing it. Because we have this record with you, we kind of have this sense of, he's ours. Mm-hmm. He's ours. Mm-hmm. You know, he's ours. And we have a special relationship. And I know everywhere you go has that feeling. But
no, everywhere I go does not have that feeling.
You know?
No, it doesn't.
And so it's important.
This is a very, very special concert series. There's nothing like this anywhere else that I know of. There's not.
And I mean, what distinguishes it?
Because year after year, month after month, season after season, you keep this at this highest level. You keep it at this level. Your offering is the integrity of it is it stays right there, and it's every year, year after year, season after season. I don't see that happening anywhere else.
Well, and that's why I'm saying this to you, because we see that's what you're doing. And we don't see that all the time everywhere else too. You're maintaining such a high level, but not maintaining, increasing. And what we received tonight, I just want you to know, we felt it was really, really special. You made us feel...
Thanks. That was... Well, good, then we succeeded.
Yeah, then we succeeded.
That's what we meant to do. Huh?
Exactly.
My name is Juan Medina, of a carol once was I. Now I live in the air above the pepper trees, where are all the cattle that belonged to Captain Dana, blown away like ashes in the California breeze. Once I rode the foothills and I swung the long riata. I worked the hide and tallow trade in a land I love. I rode in wooden stirrups and the dust raised by my ponies was smoke from my altar offered up to God above. Todavía estoy aquí, I am still here. Todavía estoy aquí, my soul is dancing in the moonlight. I mingle with each grain of sand in the land that is my birthright. I am still here, todavía estoy aquí. I am still here, todavía estoy aquí. In the canyons and barrancas and the willows by the creek bank, I chased wild cattle through the live oak trees, across valley, ridge, and mesa, and the hills baked oh so yellow. My ponies, sleek and dancing, were all a man would need. Todavía estoy aquí, I am still here. Todavía estoy aquí, my soul is dancing in the moonlight. I mingle with each grain of sand in the land that is my birthright. I am still here, todavía estoy aquí. I am still here, todavía estoy aquí. In the fog of early morning, or the misty haze of twilight, beyond the sagging ruin of these adobe walls, you may see me in the dust that shimmers in the half-light, or hear me in the whisper of the grass so green and tall. Todavía estoy aquí, I am still here. Todavía estoy aquí, my soul is dancing in the moonlight. I mingle with each grain of sand, the land that is my birthright. I am still here, todavía estoy aquí. I am still here, todavía estoy aquí. My name is Juan Medina, of a carol once was I. Now I live in the air above the pepper trees. Get home safe. Thank you so much. Good night. Nearest town, 40 miles. The cook here, he don't smile, and all these young horses are rank. But come a tie, yippee-yi-yo, on the back of my caballo. I whoop it, tie one on when I can. My spurs, they don't ring much. I never did sing much, but I'm a sure now buckering man. Cold fingers stiff in the morning, and by noon it's 103. 5-year-old